Today we go over Luke Skywalker's backstory in Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Thank you also very much for the kind support, it is greatly appreciated. Now, today we will be going over Star Wars Celebration 2017 when Mark Hamill, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, and even Kelly Marie Tran were all on stage at once. And Mark Hamill was going over his character in The Last Jedi. And a lot of you guys messaged me about this, and you were asking me about this, so here I am making a video today. A lot of you were asking me, was there a struggle between Mark Hamill and Kathleen Kennedy on stage? And I was overlooking this clip at Star Wars Celebration where Mark Hamill was going a little too far, perhaps, in Kathleen Kennedy's mind. That's what everybody believes here. I don't know if that's the case. So I just want to clarify things. I don't know if that's the case, that Kathleen Kennedy was annoyed here about what Mark Hamill said. And what Mark Hamill said is that Luke Skywalker's backstory is going to be very mysterious in this film, since Mark was going over Luke Skywalker and where he's been in the past and where he's going, and how in this film everything's going to be mysterious about him and his backstory. And he even said that, I'm sure this will be explained in other forms of canon, like books, comic books, and video games. And Kathleen Kennedy jumps in, alright? She cuts in and clarifies that Luke Skywalker is going to be so significantly important in this film. Does that mean that his backstory will be told? Because according to Mark Hamill, it won't be told. It'll be mysterious. So guys, I want you to go ahead and check out this clip and show me your insight about this in the comments section below.
Well, in 7, you discovered Luke obviously is a hermit on this island, that there's so much unsaid about where he's been and what he's done. And actors like to write their own backstories. You want to figure out what you've done and where you've been. But I realized that wasn't really important to the story of Force Awakens. I still made it up myself. And, I tried to show it to JJ, and he, was accommodating, but basically patted me on the head, gave me a cookie, and made me go away. Because, whatever, make it up. I mean, they allude to things that have happened, and to a certain extent, it's not Luke's story anymore. But I think he's an important part of the overall arc of the saga. And again, there's a lot of mystery about him, even within the film. So you have to fill in your own backstory. I'm sure there'll be comic books and video games and novels that tell the story. But like I say, and I shared with Ryan a lot of my own things. I thought I have to relate to things that are real in my own life to understand where Luke is at this point in his life.
I'm just going to break in here and make sure that everybody out there realizes he is so significantly important to this next film. You have no idea.
Well, that's good to hear.
Mr. Modesty.
So, as you can see right there, Mark Hamill, he was telling us everything about Luke Skywalker, what he thinks about him, and, how actors make up their own backstory, and how he's going to be very mysterious in this film in terms of his backstory. And Kathleen Kennedy jumps in, and she tells the fans he's very significantly important in this film. And Mark Hamill was pleased to hear that. And I just don't know. I know a lot of you were, telling me that you thought that there was a struggle between the two on stage. I just don't know. I really don't know. It's hard to say. It is interesting how Kathleen Kennedy jumped into the conversation and she was just making sure of things. That's one way to look at it. Another way to look at it is through a business perspective, is that Mark Hamill essentially gave away that Skywalker's backstory will be mysterious in this film. Sure, it's going to go over it briefly in the form of a flashback, but that's about it. So guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments section. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. Thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.